Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we are. I should probably change the thing. Looks like we're ready to go.
We are indeed back, sir.
Okay, so same lineup as before. It's worth mentioning that in any tournament like this, if you do have to call a mulligan for any reason and you change anything about your ship or your setup, you are disqualified. You may not
Right.
do that. Otherwise, people could use the mulligan as a way to adjust their builds or adjust their lineup or what have you once they load in and they see what they're up against, and that is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
I'm going to go ahead and do a quick refresh here. We have a pretty similar lineup to what we've seen on other matches from my team. We have the Vermont as the battleship, backed up by a Moskva, Venezia, Nevsky, Des Moines, and this time a Gearing and a Ragnar. The Gearing, obviously, going to be providing a smokescreen for either the DM or the Nevsky, or maybe both. And Ragnar pretty self-sufficient on its own, but look at that. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is doing his best to identify as a race car, and off he goes.
Well, yeah, and now interesting though, he's not going straight into the A cap. If you look, he's actually going all the way to the 1-2 line.
Yeah, he certainly is. Yeah, he's going all the way out there. Probably gonna try to get maybe some spotting damage, or spotting damage. Trying to get some spotting onto the Nevsky or Des Moines or whatever it is that ends up being behind that smoke screen is my thought.
I mean, it makes sense. At the same time, though, not getting that to that cap right away, it reduces cap pressure on the enemy team. So, on your team.
That's okay.
So
I'm happy to be the enemy.
I love it. So we'll have to see what happens, but looks like we're going strong A side. Your team looks like they're more of an even match. Riposte is a pretty small map, so...
I'm intrigued by the double Marseille. I'm a little surprised at how far out they're going, but it is interesting to see double Marseille and a Schlieffen along with a Kleber on this side.
We have had double Marseille all day, and unfortunately they have not been able to make it work. The Marseille, as you recall from COTS, in order for the Marseilles to really work, you have to have space in between them, about a grid square. You got to have one making it all the way out to the extreme edge of the map so that there's no chance that it can be flanked. And then they have to push together with the battleship, and that's always been the problem. They go one by one, hurrah, and they die.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I play Rome 2 Total War as well.
Oh yeah,
Radar going up there. The Des Moines going to be picking up the Daring of Pumse. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's going to get pushed off the cap. They're probably going to take a little bit of damage for his trouble. But the DM going to get hit through the nose by the Vermont.
Yes.
That's yikes. That's big.
That's ouch. Vermont's in a very good position to stop what is the expected position of a Des Moines on this map.
I love the. I really have appreciated the choice of Vermont now. It is slow. It does have a long reload, but it has a huge throw weight, and it also heals very well. So
yeah,
I love the updated Des Moines.
And I'll tell you what,
updated Vermont.
I'll tell you what. In the map pool that's out there, most of these maps are very small maps. So a Vermont's relatively low speed doesn't matter. You don't need to reposition because it can go in the middle of the map and just have Overwatch, which is what he's doing.
Yep, look at that big salvo coming out from the Vermont, going all the way across the map.
But Chukwama,
we know him. He's a pretty experienced competitive player, so not likely that he's going to get hit by that. But
no. So on our team, Chukwama and Obi-Wan are from Bonks, and they were part of the team that clinched third place on the North American server for King of the Sea. And I know they've been working through some strategies, and the challenge, of course, is working with the team that has been drafted and trying to get them to understand those strategies, how to use those strategies. It's always tough. You can see both Marseilles not split up, really. They're just kind of following each other.
Certainly, yeah. Interesting to note here that so the Schlieffen has basically held back a bit. I think that what they need here is they need the hammer and the anvil approach. That's a term I like to use in Total War, which is basically you have something solid that starts to take the damage, that kind of holds things in place and draws attention, and then you swing around, usually with your cavalry, for example, and you just smash something up against the thing that won't get out of the way. So in
Right.
this case, it would be the Schlieffen moves up, starts to do damage, starts to take some damage, while the Marseille go wide and basically pinch whatever it is they're attempting to smash. In this case, it does look like the Marseilles were not able to fully sort of exploit that. But what I'm sort of missing here is why what's up, Step Citadel? Oh,
Oh!
big hit on Goras's
Yeah, did you
Marseille
see
there
that?
from the Vermont. I did. Oof, that was
That's
huge. And then
follow
here
up from
come
Kitty
AP
Mod.
shells from Kitty Mod. Yep.
And that's the problem when you don't go all the way out to the edge. You can't angle to everything.
What they need to do here right now is they need the Schlieffen. The Schlieffen currently is not firing. It's not able to hit anything. It's the secondaries are not in
He needs to
play,
go
and
into
it's
A
not
or
taking
B.
damage. Yeah, he needs to be getting into A so that basically he draws the attention while the Marseilles do the damage. And
There goes
just
first death.
unfortunately, we just didn't see it.
No, I was looking at the rules. Kremlin is not disbarred from this tournament. You can take Kremlin, so I'm surprised that we don't have our battleship player playing Kremlin because he's very much playing Schlieffen like a Kremlin
He's
and
playing like
dying
a Kremlin, yeah.
much quicker because it's not a Kremlin.
Sure, it's interesting. The Kremlin is not banned. However, the Kremlin is part of the pool of one. I'm going to call it the pool of one that says if you bring one of these ships, you cannot bring any of the other from this pool. And in this case, your team brought a Napoli,
Right.
which means they can't also bring. Ooh, big hit on the Venezia of Mayhem. They can't also bring a Kremlin. So the Schlieffen's a fine choice. Schlieffen, especially on a small map, is a great boat. The problem is just that I'm not seeing it being used to its strengths. So now you can see it has come up here. It has taken the A-cap position. Unfortunately, I think that in this position, Kinemod may be able to just keep him reset forever. I don't know, actually, but he's going to come, I think, walking right out in front of this Vermont, and he's got to be really careful because the Vermont, yep, he can see him now, could put a full salvo right through his nose. We're going to have to see how it works out here.
At the same time, I kind of feel like that's the play for Step Citadel. Just hitting W, going right at the Vermont, get your secondaries on him, fire torps if you need to, get behind the Des Moines, threaten the Des Moines so he doesn't feel comfortable sitting in that position. All the while, yes, he's going to take fire, but he's a Schlieffen. That's what needs to happen.
And Vermont actually not shooting at the Schlieffen. The Vermont is using his turrets to try and finish off this Marseille. I think that the call was, hey, the Marseille is more dangerous than the Schlieffen right now. Sorry, that's hard to say. So the Vermont is just going to continue working on that. Marseille actually returning fire on the Vermont. Very interesting.
But if you look at... Obi-Wan went into A anyways with his Kleber, so there was no need for Step Citadel to sit in the A cap. Kleber would have gotten it.
It is a little strange. The Schlieffen is one of those, I'm going to put you on a timer type of ships. Like, basically, once a Schlieffen gets you within its secondary range, essentially the idea is it's going to do more damage than you will.
Look
you
at
need
Obi-Wan
to kill
at
it
B.
Before it kills you.
Look at Obi-Wan at B.
I know, he's
going for it.
For the
he's
DM.
going for it.
He's probably going to go for the DM and then try to torpedo the Vermont if he can get away with it. I think that the Venezia goes down in just a moment here. Out go the torpedoes.
It's one
Very
rack.
nice.
He's held the
Very
second
nice.
rack for the kill. There's the kill.
Yep, okay. I don't know if he can...
Oh, and the Venezia goes down to Step Citadel.
So, Team Gato actually down a ship now, and looks like they're about to lose their Ragnar as well, as the Marseille goes down. Lord have mercy. So they're probably gonna... Oh, the Clever goes down.
Oh, Obi-Wan fails.
But the Ragnar's going down as well, so we're actually looking at 4v4 right now. Team Zath is actually sitting on 2 caps and 150 point advantage. I gotta be honest, that surprises me. I thought that when the first Marseille went down, I thought that might have been all she wrote.
Yeah.
And does the Moskva go down too?
Chukwama's showing a lot of broadside for that shot, but he does take the Moskva down.
Okay, well, Kinemod's still alive, Gearing's still alive, Vermont's still alive. That's a lot of capability right now. Napoli's down quite a bit, Daring's down quite a bit. The Schlieffen's going to have to back up to escape, or it's going to have to move forward and commit. I think his best option now is to commit and try and remove the Vermont from the game.
I agree. But that hurts a lot.
Oh, Lord
that
have
hurts
mercy.
a lot.
That's the
So,
Vermont right
at
there.
this point, I think he's better off trying to dive the island.
Probably.
But you can see there's a gearing right there. And the gearing is smoking.
Yes, indeed. This is gonna be tough. I actually think that Team Zath is in a better position overall, but What's Up Step Citadel is living on borrowed time right now. As he's, I like him throwing the torpedoes out at the gearing. You might as well go for it if you've got them, use them.
Yep.
It is just a matter of time until Wargaming Please Nerf Heathen comes around and blasts him in the face.
I don't like the stop here, because the stop allows this to happen.
Yep.
So just go, just die.
Bonk.
Okay, never mind.
It's,
I mean, imagine dying with your
pussyfoot there.
torpedoes available. I mean, he could have just gone and luck chuck torps at the Vermont there.
It probably would have been the right thing to do. Dump the torps at the gearing on one side, pull forward, turn a little bit, dump the other torps at the Vermont. That probably would have been the right choice, yeah. However, it is 300 points up for Team Zath. You're sitting on all 3 caps right now.
That is true.
I would say that boat-wise, I think that Team GATO has the advantage in terms of boats and capabilities, but I mean, that's a pretty tall hill to climb up, so I think we'll probably see the Daring attempt to single torp the Vermont here. But if that Vermont spots the Des Moines for even like half a second, Des Moines is going to like die instantly.
Yeah, I like the decision to try to go for the single torps. You know the Vermont, everybody's going to have to go into A. But look at Kitty Mods Nevsky saying, nah, we're going to go the different way. He wants Chukwama.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I don't know how a 21,000 HP Napoli versus a 28,000 Nevsky's going to go, to be honest with you. Kenny Mod is one of the best players in the entire world, so if anyone could do it, he could. But I think that the Napoli has the advantage in that matchup.
I really don't like the decision of Vclax Des Moines to bow into the Vermont. I would have rather seen him looking south, because then he could have just W'd at Kinnymod while the Vermont doesn't have a shot on him, and then it turns into a 2v1.
2 torpedoes going into Wargaming Please Nerf Heathen's Vermont. Kinnymod's Nevsky and Chukwama's Napoli now trading shots. Kinnymod getting the early part, or coming away with the early part of it, but now the Napoli's secondaries are in play. I don't know if I agree with the choice to smoke up there. I mean,
no, and he's shooting too.
He has a radar, and
he's been on radar. That was Nevsky radar that detected him. So Kinnymod proving why he's part of the #1 King of the Sea team.
Yeah.
When I saw you picked him, dude, I'm like, come on, Boggzy, really?
I always get late picks. But this time I was number 2, so
I was second from last. By the time it was my pick, it's like there's nobody left. So to hell with this. And here goes V-Clack. He's about to just get clacked himself. Let's watch.
He's about to get V-clapped. Boom!
Oh, 36 hit points.
36 HP.
36 hit points. He's like, that'll buff out.
Look at that. He's not giving up though.
He's not giving up, but he's shooting AP. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's shooting AP. He's got those advanced angles. He can put a lot of damage into the Vermont. Probably not enough.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, that's a little
I would think
tough
he'd be going for fires because he knows the Vermont took torpedoes. That was what I was thinking. Also, he should be using his final radar. He knows the next salvo will likely kill him, so he might as well figure out where is this gearing.
That's a very good point. Oh, that was a great shot.
To the face.
That was a great shot. You are still up by 300 points, interestingly enough. I don't think your Daring lives here. If your Daring just ran for it, I almost wonder if he could steal a victory just by the fact that the point differential is so high. Like, literally just run at this point.
Yeah, but he's out of heals. He's about to get spotted by Cody's gearing. As soon as that happens, that is going to be GG, and Team Deathpick Squadron has yet to win a game today.
Okay, well, there's the shots. If Poomse switches to AP, I think he actually, well, no, not now, but
no, it's
Daring AP is so strong.
It's not going to happen. But hey, guess what? I got myself another death pick.
Another death pick, and isn't that what it's all about? when it comes down to it.
At this point, it's about death pick and dirty water because